Hey Bethlehem, this is Pastor Paul. This past Sunday, we wrapped up our sermon series entitled ThankFULL, as we've talked about how we can express our thanksgiving to God. We realize that true thanksgiving is more than just the feeling of gratitude in our heart, but it is expressed in the things that we do. And so we've talked about how thanksgiving is expressed in our worship, how thanksgiving is expressed in telling others about Him, or in evangelism. We've talked about how thanksgiving is expressed in trying to make things right in this world, or through acts of justice. We've talked about how thanksgiving is expressed in our sacrificial giving, when we give to the point of feeling a little uncomfortable. And we wrap this all up with talking about how thanksgiving is expressed through our generosity. And we see this in the book of Acts. In Acts chapter 4, where we see the early church coming together and how they supported one another. So Acts chapter 4, starting with verse 32. All the believers were one in heart and mind. No one claimed that any of his possessions was his own, but they shared everything they had. With great power, the apostles continued to testify to the resurrection of the Lord Jesus, and much grace was upon them all. There were no needy persons among them, for from time to time, those who owned lands or houses sold them, brought the money from the sales, and put it at the apostles' feet, and it was distributed to anyone as he had need. What we see here is that the early church had this gratitude for what God had done for them. The apostles preached Jesus and His resurrection and what God was doing through Jesus and the salvation they had in Jesus. And they were grateful for this. And they came together as a community to support one another, to encourage one another, to love one another. And as a result, they were generous. They came to understand that God's blessing was given to them so that they could be a blessing to others. And that is what we must do. We must come to this point in our lives where we understand that the blessings that God has given to us, yes, they are to be used by us. We are to be blessed by them. But we also have to see them as an opportunity for us to be able to bless other people. And in that we are expressing our gratitude to God for what He has given to us. We're using His blessings, and rather than just hoarding them. So our big idea this week is that our acts of generosity are an expression of our thanksgiving. Our acts of generosity is an expression of our thanksgiving. And our challenge is the same as it's been this entire series: to find 3 things each day that we're thankful for, and take time in prayer to thank God for those blessings. Hey, Bethlehem, I thank you for being part of our Christian community. I appreciate you. I hope that you have a wonderful time with friends and family this week as you take time to recognize the blessings that God has given to you and give Him thanks for them. God bless.